Put it up the news about a woman called Denia, who's a France model and actress, who says she was a fiancée of Chris Stevenson, the ambassador, right? I don't know her. I don't know his private life, and I really can't, I can't have any opinion about it. But I noticed that she said that she needed a passport to go into the United States, which is an interesting comment, and that he was trying to help her, which I also think is interesting because that's not the way it works. I mean, you cannot kind of get a contact and then, because you have a contact, get a passport. There is some procedure on passport, so you cannot kind of, it's a way to think that she could get things easier or something. I don't know. Another thing I noticed is that she's going to make a film, and my guess is that that film is probably going to be the same as 13 Hours, that Chris Stevenson was killed in Libya, and that's not true. So in that way, she's. I actually wrote her on Facebook, had no answer back, meaning that it could be a hacker site, or it could be like she doesn't want to communicate. But I have my version, and I go with it because I was in the room. The last I heard him say was, "Do you want me to open the door?" And the door jumped in, and my son missing, and so on. It's so traumatic that it, no matter what they use of threats or drugs or whatever, it will always be that story. I mean, it's not that I have no need to place anyone where they shouldn't be. The other thing is that I had a private affair with Jens Stoltenberg running from 11 to 12 New Year. Whether he was the target or I was the target or who Stevenson was the target, I don't know. What I know is that the media hacked me before even the child was born. It goes back 30 years something, where they use data for film, music, piracy copy, design copy, and so on. So basically, it's likely that I was the target, and the target was money. And we also know, I lived in UK and Ireland, and we know Murdoch's way of trying to help the society was to burden Clinton. Her email didn't work. Whether it was Murdoch's or the Danish data spy, I don't know. But we know that the mails that I was sending from 2011, 12, and up front all of them didn't go through. And the same with Chris Stevenson. He might have called from Esbjerg, he might have mailed, but the mails didn't get through. I also have a conclusion about 13 Hours with this deep fake, and that the three soldiers are not soldiers. They present themselves as they were heroes, and they cannot be heroes. The ambassador was killed. Another clue is that they say they went against orders, that they had an order to stay back, meaning that they actually didn't do what they had the orders for, meaning you should go to jail. I mean, you stepped over an order, and the ambassador was killed, and then you think you're a hero. No way. They're lying, right? So whether they had been in Blackwater, I don't know, but they're not trained soldiers. They are, I would say, they look like hang-arounds or hire for kill, whatever. Who they work for is interesting because they got some money for it, and who paid the 13 hours? And who was the employers? Because I don't think it was intelligence. I don't think it was military. They don't have a straight answer. And I've never in my life seen anyone not having a straight answer. If I work for Clinton, I work for Clinton. If I don't, I don't. And we know there's been identity stolen, money stolen from my account. Again, my insurance company, the people that came into the apartment might have been using my telecommunication, my insurance as a sort of payoff, right? So I figured this. I lose a lot of money before my son was born. They probably thought that Chris Stevenson was someone else, and they realized this is ambassador, and they make a cover up. That's what I think 13 Hours is. Michael Bay was spotted twice in Esbjerg. Whether he was there because there was Bulgarian missing children in the area, or he was lured to there by Susanne Bier, who has a chance more, who is a hacker, or he was some other reason, but he was spotted in the area, and he's said to be the founder of 13 Hours. Whether that's true or not, he could also have been in the area, and his film or the news break 13 Hours could have been manipulated. So you have to, that's why when you interview people, you can't really kind of threaten them or intimidate them or something, because it could be different. It could be that Michael Bay has been abused, right? It could also be that the language on 13 Hours interview, it could be that it's manipulated with the sound, so they talking about something else, right?